What's up, everyone? Today, I'm so excited to have Samuel and Alex from Bqool. A lot of you know that when I do online book arbitrage, I need to actually reprice my books, and I use a repricer called Bqool, and it's done everything that I needed to do. And just full disclosure here, they're not paying me to make this video at all. I'm just a user of Bqool, and I really enjoy the software. So I wanted to bring them on so they can explain some things about Bqool that I maybe know and could teach other people, but I think coming from them would be really, really helpful. So I'm super excited to have them here. Thank you guys so much for being here, and welcome to the channel.
Hi, Joji. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm super excited. I'm Samuel from Bqool, and today we're going to be sharing not things in the clouds, but things that you could use right away, that you could take action right away to get a better performance using our Bqool repricer, or even if you use another repricer, you could have these principles and these strategies because we are the repricing experts. And here is Alex, my co-host, and he'll also be sharing about some of the different dates and what kind of books that you could do as well, and all of these very interesting things. So you have to stay to the very end.
Sounds good. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. So I guess the first question I have for you before we get into like what kind of books to sell is for those of my audience members who don't quite know exactly what Bqool is, could you just give a really quick elevator pitch? What exactly is Bqool, and why would my audience want to use it?
So Bqool, we are a premium AI repricer who's been in the market for over 10 years. Actually, we started in 2011, and we have a team of AI engineers, and we also have in-house that are all in-house. We have front end and back end engineers, and we have about 50 or more people here that is building the repricer for you. We also offer 14-day free trial, and it's very easy to start. So you could just go to our Bqool website, just start a free trial, use the links below, and then you can start using a Bqool repricer absolutely free for 14 days to see what kind of results you have. What else, Alex?
Yeah, also, we have the best price on the market. Our repricer starts with just $25, and this is the best price, and it's really easy to start. Also, we have different sets of the rules. We have rule-based, AI rules, and conditional repricing, which we're gonna share in a bit. And also we have a free competitor analysis, which is gonna help you to see all the cost, all the ROI. And we are on Amazon Marketplace Developer Console, which is invite only.
Cool. Samuel and Alex actually prepared a presentation for us, and I think that's going to be valuable. So I want to go ahead and share our screen. And if you guys could just talk about what sort of books should we be picking up throughout each month, because obviously there are different seasons. I just had an interview with Victor Gallegos. He was really into Christmas books. So if you wouldn't mind, just go ahead and share, what are some books we should be buying throughout the year?
Did a lot of research based on a lot of our booksellers. And we have a lot of booksellers because we've been doing a reprice for 12 years. And, throughout the year, there's different times when people like to read books. And so, for example, in January, I don't know about you, Joji, you said you want to retire by 35, right?
Yes,
and you might also have yearly goals to reach that. Maybe, for example, I want to read a book a month. Okay, that's one of my goals. I love reading as well myself personally. And then so, at the start of the year, people tend to buy a lot of these self-help improvement books, motivation books, how to get fit type of book. And then you move on to the later months. And then maybe in March, when the weather gets better, people are looking to go travel and, go on a vacation and stuff like that. And then also gardening outside. So those kind of books is also going to be quite high in demand. What else, Alex?
Yeah, and also, for example, in June, people are graduating school, so they're gonna start to look for the jobs, and maybe they're gonna buy some books related to how to be a good salesman, or maybe how to pass my first interview. These kind of books. And throughout the year, there's different types of books you can sell. So we prepare this calendar just for your reference, and maybe for you to create your own calendar, because maybe you think that some other books going to be in higher demand, so you can create and put what kind of book you want to sell in different months. And how about you, Joji? What do you think about this kind of calendar? And do you have something similar or not?
Yeah, no, I think this is awesome because I don't even think about it that nuanced, honestly. This is broken down by month, which is fascinating, romance and fantasy. It's yeah, it makes sense. That's when Valentine's Day is. But for me, I'm mainly focusing on textbook season, and I'm obviously focusing now a little bit more on Christmas because I know a lot of Christmas books to spike. So this is something that's interesting because maybe I'm actually going to go back and keep a product finder, and maybe October, cookbooks do actually sell better. Maybe it'd be cool to see if there is some seasonality. So I think that is pretty cool. That's really helpful. I appreciate that. Now, I know you guys had some Q2 and Q3 tips for Amazon sellers specifically. So if you wouldn't mind kind of diving into that, that'd be awesome.
Prime Day is going to be likely in June or July. And then right now, but this is more for private label and also wholesalers. Like
Right.
there's some deals and coupons and there's also some shipping time that you need to ship your products in. So you might be watching this, you might not be selling books, you might be selling other items. You want to be careful with about those cutoff dates for Prime Day. But how does it affect booksellers, right? Well, there's going to be a lot more traffic during Prime Day. So if you normally buy one book that sells, in 3 and 4 weeks, maybe you can get 2 or 3 of that book before Prime Day so that you can actually get a little bit more sales while there's more traffic during Prime Day. You can also take the time to find reliable suppliers as well. So what we recommend is, let's say you're selling books, right? There's actually a lot of other items that are around books. So maybe you want to be selling highlighters. Maybe you want to also be selling backpacks because people are going to need backpacks when they go back to school. So there's different products that you could also sell, and you could actually find these products in the lower seasons, and then you'll be ready, let's say, for the busy Q4 season as well. What else, Alex?
Yeah, also like you want to use a Bqool repricer because, as you know, like competition on Amazon is getting higher like every year. So you want to have a good software which is going to help you to reprice and help you to win the buy box on Amazon. And also it's good to analyze the data from the last year if you used to sell on Amazon and see what kind of products went and been selling well. So you can try to go back and see what kind of products you can were selling well and you can sell this year as well. And also, it's always good to prepare for the holiday seasons in advance. So you're gonna have this advantage of preparing like for this holiday season and finding like what kind of products you want to sell. And of course, like it's always nice to try to sell something new. So like, for example, if you sell books for some time, you also can sell some other products because Q2 is going to be like less busy than like Q4, right? So you can try to sell different items, and if they're selling well, you can also sell them on Q4 when the demand is going to be much higher.
Yeah, what are your thoughts, Joji? Like, what's your advice and tips for people from Q2 and Q3?
Yeah, some really cool things you talked about would be maybe when there's a rush for Prime Day, where I wasn't actually thinking about that, where maybe a lot of other Amazon sellers who are not booksellers, private label, or, I mean, it could just be OA, but like there's specific times during the year where there's a lot more volume being sent to Amazon. So that's actually a really interesting thing that I didn't really think about. Preparing for the holiday season, though, like I said, I think I am going to start picking up a lot more Christmas books because I'm seeing some of the keepographs on these Christmas books that spike by like 4 or 5x the normal price during Christmas. So yeah, making sure that we're prepared for Christmas and getting our books in, because I know a lot of them are going to sell before them. So that's really cool just to be, it might not be super relevant to booksellers, but I think it's something that's really helpful to be thinking about. So one thing I want to now transition to is, obviously, Bqool has these different rules for how they're going to reprice. And I just do rule-based, honestly, but I know that there's 3 different kinds. Like you have rule-based, you have AI, you have conditional repricing. And honestly, I'm not super well-versed in exactly how the AI works or conditional repricing. So I was wondering if you could break down what those 3 things are and maybe what your advice is for what booksellers should be using.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, so there's 3 different types of rules, and then there's rule-based. So rule-based, a lot of our sellers, they like to use match buy box, and we have 5 default rules. So we can actually undercut the buy box as well, or do the lowest price. So if you really know that product well, you've done your Keepa research, you really know it well, okay, you could use rule-based. Then we also have AI-powered repricer, and then the AI-powered, it's for new products, and then we can also use it for used products, but it works the best for new books in this situation. And the AI power, the difference is there's incremental repricing. So some of the customers we see that textbook sellers, they'll get the book and then it actually increase their price, and it's not the lowest price, and they're able to keep that price when they sell the product. And they use like the AI equalizer in some case. Now for DVDs, for other type of books, for example, there's other large sellers. You could go, look at the other videos that we did with them, and then they like to use the AI sales booster because they want a little bit faster turnover as well. So the difference between AI will it would just know what kind of prices that could get you the buy box. So instead of lowering, bit by bit, it just go boom, gets the buy box, and then it start incrementally repricing back up. And then we get to the third part, which is conditional repricing. What's the difference between conditional repricing, for rule-based and AI-powered, Alex?
Yeah, I first want to ask Joji, Joji, when you hear conditional repricing, what comes to your mind? How do you think it's going to be different?
Yeah, I think it's probably if if there's a specific scenario that occurs that this sort of repricing will kick in. So maybe my thought process, I could be completely wrong. Maybe if it's there's actually no FBA sellers, maybe there's a specific rule that kicks in. So Maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but that's kind of my general thought of what it is.
Okay, so yeah, the way like conditional repricing works is gonna help you to switch to different rules, because usually like for the same listing you sell, you're gonna meet like in different conditions. For example, maybe the item is not selling well, and before you would need to go back and manually switch to another rule. But by using this conditional repricing, it's actually gonna help you to automatically switch to different rules depending on what is the condition. For example, maybe like item is not selling for last 7 days, and then like you're gonna set up different conditions, and then like it's gonna switch to different rule, or maybe even gonna help you to switch your ROI or min price. So it's really useful when you want to sell like items like when you sell like a lot of different items and you don't want to go back again and like switch to different rules or switch your ROI. Like when you have like this kind of like idea of, when you know, like for example, if item is going to be there like maybe like for like let's say like from 0 to 30 days, I want to have this specific ROI, and if it's not meeting this sales, then like I want to switch to another rule, like maybe like more aggressive rule. And then like from 31 to 60 days, I want to have another rule and maybe another ROI. So you're gonna do these presets and apply it to different listings, and it's gonna help you to switch. And we have like a lot of different conditions. It was just like one of them. It was inventory age conditions, but there's also like a buy box min percentage. Maybe like if your buy box min percentage is pretty low, it's gonna help you to switch to more aggressive rule, or switch to your minimum price. So it's pretty useful.
As bookseller, right? You have thousands of listings, and then you're sending your books into Amazon. And guess what? Amazon just increased the price on April 17th. Yeah, so now you're going to pay more for the surcharges every single month. And then instead of 271 days, now you just have to start paying additional surcharges after 181 days. So there's a lot of charges that are happening. And then so a lot, instead of having to scan through your thousands of listings, looking for the ones that didn't sell, looking for the ones that are still in storage, now you can do that automatic, because you might not have the time to check every single book. You have to do all the filters and look them up. It just takes a lot of time to do that. So this is definitely a huge time saver. And then also you can price them different depending on how long you have the book. And this is just one of them, inventory age repricing as well.
Cool. Yeah, and that's really helpful, because inherently a lot of my audience members are going to be buying books that don't sell as often. Like my average book takes 3.5 months to sell. So obviously there's some books that take way longer than that. So when I'm the one setting up this conditional repricing rule, or is this something that already exists that it says like after 6 months, then it's going to adjust my min price by a certain percentage? How exactly does that aspect of it work?
Well, we need to show you, right?
Okay.
Like I think it'll be great if we give you an actual demo, and then just give you some concepts, and then show you exactly how to set it. And for the booksellers, you guys can just follow these settings exactly to the dot. You could make some minor adjustments depending on your business, but you don't need to change too many things. So we've designed 2 conditional repricing. So we're going to share with you the first strategy here. So I'm going to share my screen right now. This is what you see when you first start, and then you can actually follow this. There's a learn more button. So you can learn more about the different settings that we have. We also have a lot of different support options, including a very powerful support site that gives you step-by-step how to, if you have any questions about our repricer here. So you can actually go here, and then we have, about rule base, about AI, about conditional repricer. How can you tell? Like this is a lot of support options out there for everybody here. But just to show everybody here, we go to the repricing rules. So I'm going to click on open new tab here, and this is the repricing rule. So in Bqool, for our setting, you create the rule and you can apply the rule to all of your listing. So we purposely design it like that. So your min price and your max price is set in your active listing, and then you can switch to different rules that you want, and it'll behave differently. So right inside the rules part here, then we click on add new rule. And then when you click on add new rule, there's going to be 3 different types of rules that we just quickly talked about. We have the rule-based, we have the AI-powered, and then now the conditional reprice. So for the conditional repricer, what I wanted to show you guys is the FBA advanced condition. You can use the inventory age condition as well. Why don't we just take this, and I'll show you the default. But the default, you need to make some adjustments to the default for booksellers. So I'm going to call this inventory age condition booksellers strategy number 1. And then I'm going to Go to next. And then when you come in here, you're going to see a lot of different age. So there's only 4 different steps here. And now there's actually only 3 steps. Yeah.
Okay.
4th step was AI. Now it's even more simple. Yeah. So here, we starting from more than 365 days.
Okay.
Then the default, we set your ROI to 0%.
Okay.
But you might you might even go negative in some cases if you really
Get your
want to
money
get rid
back.
of your book. Yeah, get your
Right.
money back because there's a long-term storage fees here, right?
Yep.
That come kick in. So all the way till 91 and 180 days.
Okay.
And then, so starting from 90 days and above, a lot of our sellers, including other booksellers, they said that they'll lower their ROI to 0%.
Gotcha.
Because they just want to get rid of the book, get their money back, just get the turnover, and they want to invest it in other books. So obviously, it didn't sell in 3 months. But in your case, you said it takes 3.5 months. So
On
it might
average.
be a little bit different for you on average, right?
Yep.
It might be a little bit different because you obviously don't want 0%. And
Right.
then, so Joji, I want to ask you, between 0 and 30 days, usually for the first month, what kind of ROI are you usually expecting? Because you usually get it for $27. You sell it at $99. That's like a 300% ROI.
Yep.
Right? Is that okay? So let's use your specific case, but it might be a little bit different from a lot of the other booksellers who aren't selling higher end textbooks. A lot of the booksellers, they're going to Goodwills. They're getting a whole gator. Maybe 95% of the books don't sell. Only 5% of them do sell. And then so for those books, you're getting them for $1 each. So we're going to put the ROI at maybe at 300%. So you could actually set the min price here, let's say at 300%. And then in the first 0 and 30 and to 60 days, I could also pick AI. I could also do rule base. I could do both. I can mix and match. So here I'm just going to put maximize profit. So I've already set this up in my rule base. And we can also use the scheduler as well. So you could actually increase your price at different time of the day. You could do that as well. So we actually maximize profit in that specific scenario. And now we get to 31 and 60 days. So 31 and 60 days, we're going to now match the buy box. Okay, so the first 30 days, we're trying to get as much profit as we can. We're trying to raise the price. When we get the buy box, we might raise it by by 2 cents or higher, depending on what is your business model. And then from 61 to 90 days, and now we're gonna pick 31 and 60 days. Now we pick match buy box, and then again for my ROI. I'm still going to have it at 300%. Okay. Now I get to 61 and 90 days. My product isn't moving. So now I'm actually going to move my ROI from 300%. I might put it to 200% now. Of course, it'll be different for everybody, depending on your business model. And then here, now I'm going to undercut. Okay. Now I'm going to undercut the buy box. I'm going to lower it by, 2 cents, by more than that, depending on what I want to do. And then so, I could use a very aggressive strategy now. And then of course, after 90 days here, a lot of people like to go to 0%, but it's totally up to you. It's your business. But we've seen a lot of other sellers do that. And so you guys could actually take a screenshot of this. Now, when none of the above conditions are met, again, you could use the AI equalizer, which is like the match buy box, or you could also select match buy box. So for our strategy, basically for the first 30 days, we try to increase your profit. And then the next between 31 and 60 days, we try to match the buy box. So the market price there. And then after that, then we try to lower the price. So that's one of the suggestions and that we can suggest for booksellers. And a lot of other booksellers talk about this. And so what are your thoughts about that? I know you reprice differently. But what are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I just hadn't taken too much of a deep dive into it. I was just doing completely rule based, where I was like, I set a min and a max price, and I think I have it set up to basically undercut the lowest offer within the min and max price, who's buy box eligible by 2 cents. But I think it's really fascinating how you can actually set rules that say once this thing gets this old, then all of a sudden I'm assuming based upon this, the min price decreases, right? Because it says reset min price by let's say ROI 300%. So does that mean that in the first 30 days that the minimum price is actually a 300% ROI? Is that what that means?
Yes. So let's say, I'll give you a specific example. let's say you sourced a book for $10, and then it means that for the first, your min price, you set it at $30 to $60.
Okay.
So it just means that your min price is at $30. But then as we progress over time, then that min price will lower, but you still got it for $10, right? So you're still making a big margin. Now, in most scenario, you don't make that much money in other types of books. Usually what we tell our customers for booksellers, usually you want to make at least $4. You want to make at least $4 in order for you to want to sell that book. And Alex will show you, because here, this is very powerful. You can actually use by ROI. You can also go by estimated profit. By how much dollar amount I need to make. And so this will take into all account your closing fee. Amazon, charges everybody that closing fee for books. It's kind of like, they're helping themselves, right? Like, I was looking at several listings the other day, and I was like, wait a second, like, Amazon's used book price is at $11.34, and then the lower one in good condition is at like $5.90. Why does Amazon have the buy box? So
Amazon's game, right? Amazon's playground.
So the question is, like, can you beat Amazon in their own game? I'll be very honest with most of you. I think if you can, try not to go on the same listing as Amazon. That would be our advice for you. If you're already on the listing for Amazon, then we would recommend you, depending on the demand for the product, you can wait for Amazon to sell out, which is really hard as well. Or you could also use the AI, use maximize sale. And so that's another way that you could try to get the buy box from Amazon if you don't have a lot of stock. If you have a lot of stock, you would need to have a low enough min price. So it's quite aggressive. So it's really important when you're doing your product sourcing. Watch Joji's videos. Join his Discord group. Know how to source. Don't blame the tools.
No. I mean, the good thing with my audience as well is we're basically buying used books. So very few of my audience member, I think, are actually buying new books. So we're really only competing for the used buy box against other FBA sellers. Obviously, Amazon Warehouse can be an Amazon Prime seller in used condition, but generally, we don't really have to compete with Amazon, even if Amazon's on the listing in new condition. Now, obviously, we all know that Amazon's new price is the absolute ceiling. Like, there's no way you're selling a used book for more than Amazon's selling it for new, but just want to also put that out there. But this is super helpful. I don't know if you guys also had, rule setting number 2, or if this was good, just going through this first one.
So we have a second strategy that Alex will share.
Awesome.
And this is based on the buy box. So let me just pass it over to Alex and
see what we got, Alex.
Go right ahead.
So here we're gonna go and add a new rule again. And then we're gonna go to conditional repricing. And how is this strategy gonna be different is that for strategy Samuel just shared, like you will need to wait like for 30 days, for 60 days in order to change to another rule. And for the strategy I want to share, like you don't need to wait for that long. Like you just need to wait maybe like for 24 hours, and like every 24 hours is gonna help you it's gonna see like what is the condition right now like you're facing, and it's gonna help you to change to another rule. So let's go here, and we're gonna go to so here we see like preset, and for conditional repricing you actually can choose like between a lot of different conditions, but like the one we're gonna have today is the buy box wins percentage. So for every 24 hours, so we're gonna have it here, and then at the first scenario we're gonna have it like that our buy box wins percentage is more than 40%. And if it's more than 40%, then we probably gonna go with maximize profit. So we see this item is selling well. We see that we're having good sales. So we can have it like at more like the rule where we have like more profits. And let's say like maybe like our profit is like $15. And of course it can be like different for each seller. And for each scenario, but like let's say like it's $15. And at the next scenario, our buy box win percentage is lower. So here we're gonna go and choose the buy box wins percentage. And at this time it's less than 39%. So, and in this scenario, we're gonna have like another rule. We're gonna have match buy box rule. And for our profit, we can have it like at $8, or maybe we can have it less aggressive. It depends like on your ROI. But like, let's say we want to sell it faster, so we just move down the price to $8. So we're gonna be able to sell it faster. And then in next scenario, maybe like when we have our buy box win percentage at 10%, so it's, let's say it's equal, it's less than 10%. In this scenario, we want to undercut the buy box price. So we're gonna go here and choose the undercut.
Interesting. So quick question I have for you. Is this, when this says buy box wins, is this overall for every single listing, or is this for a specific listing? Like on this one listing, if you're winning the buy box less than 40% of the time, this is the rule that's going to kick in. Is that what that means?
It's for specific listing, because you're going to apply this different rule for different listings. And it's going to see like for different listings, like what is the current status, like if this listing is winning the buy box or not. And it's going to apply this strategy.
Wow, that does seem very valuable. Yeah, very valuable. Cool.
Yeah, this is the benefit of this conditional repricing, because like you physically cannot go and back and see like all the listings and what is the status right now. Like, is it selling well? Is not selling well? And if you set this kind of conditions for your conditional repricing, it's gonna help you to go and see it for you and change to different strategies. And at the last, let's say like when we have our buy box percentage at 0%, and here we actually can have like another subcondition that our units sold for the last 7 days are also like, let's say, equal to 0. So at this scenario, we have like 0% buy box, right? And we also don't sell our items. So here we can have
the point Alex is making is sometimes even though you don't have the buy box, you're still selling product. Like there's just a lot of demand for that listing. So here we're making sure that the buy box is 0%. And also you're getting no sale. Like you haven't got sales at all. And then you could pick from 7 days, you could pick all the way to 90 days or 120 days. And then then you could pick, that time period. You get any sales, then now is time just to break even, maybe just make $1.50, maybe make $0. Maybe just break even and then sell the product out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense, because with removal fees being so much more these days, it's like it's actually better just to take a little bit of a loss rather than pay the return shipping or disposal.
Yeah, the removal fee actually doubled to $1.50 per item. Yeah, so that's why we set it at $1.50. Yeah,
awesome.
But it's very expensive. Yeah, for sure.
Very cool. And this was just to give you guys an idea, and you can set it like for your specific scenario, like you can have it like maybe like you can set it at ROI. It doesn't have to be estimate profit.
Right.
And then like you can apply it to different listings, and it's gonna help like to switch to different rules. So this is the best part of conditional repricing, because it's gonna help you to go like monitor your listings and help you to switch to different rules and different ROI as well.
What are your thoughts? Like, is that again, this is not for a textbook. This is for non-textbook. Most of the other booksellers out there,
right?
Yeah, who got started, who's just starting out.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fascinating, because I think ultimately my rule-based repricing is very simplistic, and this is, in the beginning, it's more complex because you have to figure out like, okay, for books that aren't inherently selling, I gotta think about what to do with them, right? I don't want to be going back and looking at every listing. The whole point of having a repricer is that it does all the heavy lifting for you. Like you said it once and you forget it. So I think definitely these are things that I want to play with, because like I said, my average book takes 3.5 months to sell. I definitely have books that haven't sold 9 months or maybe even a year that still should be very profitable according to Keepa. But it'd be super helpful to set up rules like this so that over time I don't have to worry about maybe in the beginning, setting a min price too low or something like that. You know what I mean? So I think this is actually really cool. All right. Thank you so much, Samuel and Alex, for going over the conditional repricing, because honestly, it's something I didn't know anything about at all. And this is actually really eye-opening for me. I'm definitely going to dabble in that. And for everyone on my channel, definitely I'm going to come out with future Bqool videos where I actually walk you through exactly what my repricing settings are, especially if I do decide to do this conditional repricing, which I think I will because it looks super powerful. But before we head off, I just want to give Alex, Samuel the opportunity to just let everyone know where to find them, where to get help, where to start with Bqool, all that stuff.
Well, you guys could definitely just go to our website, like Bqool.com, and just try out the software. Take it for a spin. 14-day free trial, no credit card, super easy to set up. You could also integrate with other software as well, so it's very powerful. And definitely follow us on YouTube, youtube.com/Bqool. And Joji, I want to ask you, do you know what Bqool stands for?
Bqool.
Take a wild guess. Yeah.
Oh man, I mean, it's just to be cool. I mean, I don't know honestly, but it's a great name. Can you
You're
educate me?
close. You're close. Okay, so Bqool actually stands for business cool. So we founded the company on the basis of streamlining your business, so you'll have business cool and you'll be relaxed, and you can retire early, and you can be like FIRE, right? You could have like financial independence, retired early. In your case, FIRVR, right? Like financial independent, retire very early. Yeah, exactly. And so we're hoping for that. And for everyone who's watching this, get in the skin. Something that I learned just recently, and this is from Voltaire. He said, good is the enemy of best all the time. So if you keep on trying to, I'm going to decide on this, keep on thinking about it. You just keep on thinking about to do something. Why don't you just try it out, right? Just jump in, get your skin in the game, take action. Take action. So if you get anything from our interview today, the most important thing for you is to take action. Take action today. Join Joji's Discord group. Be with the like-minded ideas and start selling right away. Right? Find the items that you don't want at home, sell them out. Go to Books. Actually go there and just try to list some products first. Right? Just list your first product. I challenge you to list your first product.
I appreciate the enthusiasm and the motivation there. So everyone, you heard it here, 14-day free trial. You can use the link below if you want to support the channel. But I just want to say thank you so much, guys, for coming on the channel. Super valuable to me, to my audience members. So thank you so much, guys, and we'll see you all in the next one.
Thanks a lot. Our pleasure. Cheers.
Awesome.